Good morning, class 11th. Let's start with our lecture number 1, chapter 1, concept of economics. You have to write down each and every point which I am teaching you here in your fair notebook. Whether you have book or not, but you have to make your notes in your notebook. So let's begin with economic problem. See, economic problem, it is the problem of choice arising on account of the fact that resources are scarce and these have alternative uses. In the previous lecture also, I discussed you about the scarce resources, that resources are scarce in relation to our wants. And those scarce resources have many uses. Fine. If I give you 10 rupees note, you can buy momos, you can buy chips, you can buy cold drink, you can buy chocolates, but amount is limited. That is rupees 10. That means resource is limited, but your wants are unlimited. Then we have three component of economics. Number one is consumption, then production, and then it is distribution. See, why I am saying the components of economics? Because our economy revolve around these components only. See, being a student of economics, if you visit the market, can you find anything else except these three? In market, is there is consumption or production or distribution? Is that nothing else is revolving in the market? Fine. So these three are the main concept of economics. Consumption, previous lecture we discussed, consumption means consuming the goods and services for the satisfaction of wants. Consumer spend a part of his income to fulfill his wants, fulfill his desires. Then we have a production. Production means conversion of raw material into finished goods, into useful goods. That is what production is. Distribution is distribution of income on the factors of production. Fine. Now mark this word, factors of production. What are the factors of production? Factors of production are those factors which are required for the production. Number one, there are only four factors of production. Number one, land. Number two, labor. Number three, capital. Number four, entrepreneur. So, four factors of production are there. Now, if the income is distributed among these four factors of production, then that is known as distribution. Clear? One is distribution of goods and services in the market, that is sale of goods and services. Then we have distribution of income across the factors of production. If I gave income to the land as a factor, land is a factor of production, that will be in the form of rent. If I gave income to the capital, capital is also a factor of production, that will be in the form of interest. If I gave entrepreneur a part of income, that will be in the form of profit. If I gave land, labor ko if I gave income, distribution of income, that will be in the form of wages. So distribution of income among factors of production. Clear? See, consumption. Now in consumption, what can be the economic problem? That income is limited but your wants are unlimited. So how you will allocate your income in buying different goods and services will be the basic concept of economics. Here you will apply your concept of economics, that how to maximize your satisfaction. Then we have difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. See, microeconomics you will study in your class 11th, whereas macroeconomics you will study in your 12th, but you need to learn the difference between both of them. See, microeconomics deals at individual level. We don't study economy as a whole in microeconomics. We just study individual farm, individual household, individual consumer, individual producer, whereas in macroeconomics we study the economy as a whole. Fine. We study complete industries. We study about all the producers, all the consumers. We study about complete economy. Second point is microeconomics is concerned with the price and output of the single firm, of the individual firm, whereas macroeconomics is concerned with the price and output of economy as a whole. ठीक है. Third point is microeconomics assumes macro variable are constant. Macro variables means aggregate output, aggregate price is constant, whereas macro assumes that micro variables are constant. That means distribution of income remains constant, price of a single firm is constant, output of a single firm is constant. So this is what they are assuming. Fine. Now some of the components of macroeconomics are aggregate output, aggregate demand, employment, government budget, supply of money in the economy, investment. So these are the assumptions, these are the macro variables which remains constant in case of microeconomics, whereas in case of macroeconomics micro variables are constant. Fine. You need to note down these 3 points in your notebook. Clear? So microeconomics individual level, macroeconomics study as a whole. Then we have started with our subject statistics. So we have done about what is economy, cover who is producer, who is consumer, what is economic problem. These were the basic concept of economics. Now we shall start with the statistics part. Fine. Now what is statistics? Statistics can be defined in 2 ways. One is in singular way, one is in plural way. So in singular sense, statistics is what? Statistics is just the study of quantitative information. Fine. If I give you the data of class 11th, fine, economics data of class 11th, and there are 30 students, all are scoring above 50 out of 100. You can easily, make your analysis that all the students are above average. Fine. There are no weak student, all are above average, all are performing good. So this is the basic analysis you can make on the basis of the quantitative information I gave you. Clear? But statistics you need to collect the information also, na? You need to go to the authorities, you need to ask for the result. Fine. Then you need to apply your mind, you need to draw the result, you need to calculate the average marks, you need to calculate the percentage, then you need to see the total of these marks. So you need to follow certain criteria, you need to follow the systematic procedure. So in statistics, we will not study just the collection of information or the analysis of information. We will also study the presentation of data. Fine. Now you will present the data. You will analyze the data. You will, organize the data. You will collect the data. Clear? So in a singular sense, if it is asked that define statistics, so statistics is just the study of quantitative information, whereas collection, interpretation and organization, presentations all are studied under the statistics method. And the statistics information should give the meaningful conclusions. Then statistics in plural sense. In plural sense, it means quantitative data affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of causes, by many causes. Now, see, statistics refers to the information in terms of numbers or numerical data. Employment statistics है, लोगों का खर्चा कितना है, पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर स्टैटिस्टिक्स है. ठीक है. सपोज इफ आई से राम गेट्स ₹25 per month as the pocket money, this is not a statistics. Fine. Whereas if I say that student of class 10th, they get ₹25 per month and student of class 11th get 39 rupees per month or 40 rupees per month, that makes statistics. Because there is a comparison between two, or because you are taking aggregate. When we talk about one single person, that is not a statistics. If I say cow has 4 legs. This is not a statistic. You are talking about a single person, single animal. That is not a statistic. But if I say average height of 26 plus male in people in India is 6 feet compared to 5